Frank without Joe, so let's bring out Alex Elliott. She plays Callie Shaw. Here's Kiana Lynn. She plays Seth Gordon. Please welcome Adam Swain. Playing Beth Cooper, let's bring out Riley O'Donnell. She plays Phil Cohen. Here's Christian Perry. And a new addition to the Hardy Boys for Season 2, she plays Belinda Conrad. Welcome, Krista Nazaire. Welcome, everybody. Now, this is the first time a lot of you have seen this actually, like, done and all the effects and everything?
Yeah.
Any first impressions?
I don't want to watch the rest.
Okay. I think you're not alone. Everybody want to watch the rest of this episode and the season? Yeah, right? So, whenever I hear a show like this and they talk about things being normal again at the start of the season, I'm like, okay, it's not going to last. Right. But Frank having these dreams is a good indicator there's a lot of bad stuff coming. Rowan, what can you say about these dreams and what it means for what the rest of the season holds?
Frank's losing his mind. Season 1, there was a lot of, I think, leftover supernatural elements that we needed to address this season. We thought this would be a creative way to bring it into the show and make Frank face what we sort of opened up in Season 1. I think this season what'll be really exciting is like watching him have something that he can't handle, he can't deal with, and have all his friends help him through it.
We got you. We got you.
Alex, as far as Joe, he's just jonesing for another mystery, which doesn't take long to get one.
Yeah.
How was shooting the last scene that we saw here? When you guys were in the woods, but then some really scary stuff goes down. How was shooting a scene like that?
That was a really, really fun day, actually. So we were in the woods and we were shooting a bunch of other stuff that day. And then towards the end of the day, they take us to the end of this path and there's this cave. And this is really cool. I'm ready for this. And so we all walk in and it's like this really, they didn't just build it. It's like this real cave in the middle of the woods. And it was slippery and dark. So it really kind of gets you in the mood. And then halfway through the night, this giant, like 6-foot demon thing.
Who we never met.
And I just see him off in the distance. And it's terrifying. It's absolutely massive with this deer skull mask. And then I'm just in this cave and he's standing in front of me. And I'm like on the ground, wiggling around. It was crazy. That was definitely kind of a highlight of that episode. That was a lot of fun.
And Kiana, with Callie, she's got prep school on her mind, but how much is she going to get pulled into everything? I'm guessing there's going to be other things on her mind besides prep school.
Yeah, naturally, I think just given the nature of her relationship between the Hardy Boys, she's going to be pulled right into it. But it's interesting because she, where we left off with Callie, she found out that Rose Gray wasn't an option for her anymore, right? So she's going to have to figure out what her next steps are. She's kind of starting from ground zero in a lot of ways, but I feel she's still processing things with Gloria Estabrook and the corruption there, and moving forward, she's gonna just have to be a player in this game again, but it'll help her in her own agenda to find out sort of the answers that she needs and the conclusions that she needs from that story. Yeah.
I'm gonna put you and Rowan on the spot. What's one word to describe their relationship this season?
Oh, supportive.
Yes. Supportive.
Yeah. It's chaos. Literally, it's such a positive relationship, I think, because there's so much going on, and they've always got each other's back.
Frank is so lost without her. Especially this season.
Yeah,
She bails him out so many times.
I do.
Okay, Adam, Chet's a little skeptical when he starts hearing about demons and things at first, but he also, something else catches his eye in this episode.
Yeah, a little something catches his eye. No, he was definitely, skeptical about it for sure. And Jessica's kind of think first before you go through it. But did you ask me a question, by the way?
Not really.
I just started talking. I wanted to make sure. But yeah, no, he's a little skeptical at first, but no, he runs into a little someone during detention over there, and his eye gets caught a little bit, and you'll see his focus kind of shifting a little bit during the season.
Does everybody have a little piece of romance this year? Everybody?
Yeah.
Let's see a show of hands. Who has some romance this season? Show of hands.
I have plenty.
Me, myself, and I.
You two raise your hands. All right. Riley, what's scarier for Biff? This demon that comes about, or finding out about her adopted story? Because Joe really wants to get into that.
I think probably her adoption, although I don't know if it's scared. I think it's more nervous and curious and even excited, although there is still definitely that element of fear there about her adoption stuff. But I think with the Bridgeport demon, it's more of a mystery, and all of these guys are used to solving those, so that's not as scary.
Okay. And Christian, with Dennis, I think I heard a couple lines in this episode that he and Phil. But Dennis is the one that disappears.
Yes.
But what's their relationship? Because I get the feeling they were not exactly buddies.
No. Well, there can only be one film producer in town, and I think that's Phil. And maybe he's a little jealous that Dennis is actually good at what he does. So yeah, there can only be one producer in town, and I think Phil's mad because he wants to be the best filmer.
You did.
I had to.
He said he's gonna do it.
Let me ask this just because I know the show well enough to know that sometimes the people you think are good may not be as good as you think.
Right.
Anybody want to comment on that? You don't have to give me spoilers, but just is that something that we'll see a lot of this season? Rowan, I'll put you on the spot.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
All throughout the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we kind of need to be skeptical of everybody. Everybody's got secrets this season.
And
Oh,
even
yeah.
people who you don't think would have secrets might, play games with you.
What makes the stakes higher?
Well, I'm always suspicious whenever a new person comes in town. Not to pick on you, Krista.
It's the one, man.
I know. But Belinda is new in town. We don't get to know a lot about her yet. But how long will it take before we kind of get a sense of who she is and why she's in town?
Yeah, I don't think it takes very long. Linda's quite a bold character. I think she leaves a lasting impression as soon as you meet her, and I think you get that sense once you see her on screen. But beyond that, the person that you meet when you first see Linda isn't necessarily who she is. And she's very multifaceted. I'm very excited for you guys to explore who Belinda is and how she gets along with the gang and the craziness that is Bridgeport.
Is the flirting that we see with Chad, is that something we should be keeping an eye on?
Flirting?
What you looking at?
We're just having a conversation.
Talk about shooting the season as a whole. I'm guessing this is public protocols. We don't have to get into all that, but I want to know, since you guys knew your character so well from season 1, how did that help you with season 2?
I think we were all just crazy excited to get back and be with each other again.
Yeah.
Not to get COVID involved, but with the break, when you come back after that long of a break, it was like, I don't know, returning to family.
It was.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, and then like with the scripts this season, there's so much going on. Supernatural element, the relationship between, Joe wanting to get back into the mysteries and Frank wanting nothing but normalcy, which, like you said, the second you want that, it's TV, it's over. But yeah, I missed everybody, so it was great to get back.
And plus, I think that everyone else felt was we had time with the break, that we had time to realize, okay, what do we want to change about our characters? What else do we want to expand on our characters that we didn't fully see in the first season that we want to develop more? And I think that really, just through that time, we're able to really focus in and really hone in on what we wanted to do, and it's turned out to be great. So
Yeah, and I mean, with season 1, we spent a lot of time kind of setting up this world, and now with season 2, we already have everything established, and so we can really get crazy with it.
And we were filming in the summer this time around, and first season was shot in the winter in Toronto. So that just naturally made it so much more alive for us. So I think
We had Alex in shorts and
short sleeves.
be like a blizzard now.
Right.
Alex already talked about shooting in the cave. Does anybody else have a memorable story about shooting a particular scene that we'll see this season?
The drive-in.
Yes.
The drive-in had to have been the best day, and when we were on break, we were watching the Goonies all together.
Yeah.
I think maybe it was one of the first times that we all were together that day.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Christian wasn't there.
I wasn't invited.
That was a great
Did we FaceTime you? Maybe?
No, I might
Your phone was on silent.
I got a text saying, really fun, wish you were here. Yeah. There was a shipyard that we're at one time this season. That was really fun.
That's a fun sequence.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Got to go on the ship and everything. We didn't do the corny Titanic world thing because someone said they didn't want to do it, Rowan. But no, it was really fun though.
We can do that.
Hey, okay, hold up now, Playboy.
Well, and because the show is digging even deeper into supernatural this season, was anybody like truly scared on set of some of the scenes that you had to shoot, and maybe I know some of the effects are added later, but anyone?
Well, it was a daunting season just because, you know, we had a lot to do and reading the scripts. I still remember reading episode 1 and my jaw hitting the floor because it blew my mind. So then seeing the rest of the season and being on set and then also thinking, oh wow, this is the Hardy Boys. This is crazy. So it definitely was a little freaky to be able to do all that stuff, but I think we made something really great.
Yeah, there's some really cool sets, just like the cave, that felt so real, and it really just transported you there. You felt like you were in that cave.
I think we're lucky on the show. Everything we shoot is usually on location, so it's usually really authentic and really scary, like the cave.
Toronto has all those woods and things that you guys can utilize quite a bit, right?
Yeah, we were in the woods a lot.
It's just bug spray. That's the fondest memory.
Amount of tick notifications we got.
Oh my god.
Ticks. I was like, nah.
For Rowan and Alex, what's the family life like this year at home? We see a little bit of it in this first episode. Is there more of that coming, or?
Yeah, I think in the first episode it sets it up in a way that as it goes along, it sort of recovers the relationship and there's a lot more trust built. I think they dive into, I think in season 1 it was like the parents were off doing their own thing and they just weren't taking care of their children. This season, I think they sort of, it's a team effort as we'll see as we go along, and that relationship is.
Yeah, and I think after season 1, everybody kind of needed a little bit of time, but now I think especially and Trudy and Fenton have like a new level of trust for the boys, and now Fenton's doing his own mystery as well again, and Trudy is just fighting.
Or Trudy.
Yeah. But now it's really a family effort, I think. And I think the show really is about family at the end of the day, and not just kind of blood relatives, but the whole gang.
Yeah, and I think that it's really nice to see how their family also welcomes our whole gang, so we're spending much more time like at the Hardy Boys residence, and so it just feels very familiar at this point. Yeah.
We're just hanging out, they're not charging us rent. It's a good deal.
Yeah.
You said it's wrestling. That's good. It's a good deal.
Well, and because scary things do happen, and I don't want you to do it here, pull out the mics, but who's the good screamer in the cast? Is there anybody who...
You can really,
I can
really scream.
I can scream. I don't know if into this mic is a good idea.
Yeah, that's
I'll go.
Just walk to the back and start screaming. Go back there.
I'm going Christian for best.
Oh, Christian's got it. I have an okay screen.
Good, don't you? You'll see it at one point.
Oh yeah, you'll see it. You'll see the screens.
So the guys are the screamers.
Oh, yes.
The guys can scream.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
And Chris, if being the new person in the cast, how was it to kind of come in after the first season?
Yeah, oh no, they were so welcoming. I was a fan of the first season, and so it was so great to see everything behind the scenes and the amazing work that the cast and the crew had put into creating what Bridgeport is. And I couldn't have asked for a better experience in the second season.
And was it so no hazing stories?
We don't talk about
We don't talk about them here. Why would we tell them that?
That'd be amazing.
No hazing.
No spoilers. All right, you guys, the rest of the season of The Hardy Boys drops April 6th on Hulu. Everybody, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.